Yeah, I mean, I had a great opportunity to walk in with a good friend of mine, Dirk Nowitzki, for practice today and surprise these guys. And it just worked out that he got in the market by a little bit of an accident. I knew he was in, obviously, Melbourne, but he came down for 3 days and had some time to spend with him the last 2 days. And was gracious enough and humble enough to come down and spend about an hour with our guys and hang out. And yeah, it's not too many times you get the GOAT to come in and share his experiences with these guys and be around them. And I've known him since he arrived in Dallas the first day he got there, and just a tremendous kid and really a humble and just hungry kind of guy that was really the core of my beliefs in basketball and people like him.
What was the guys' reactions like when he came on in?
Well, you have to ask them, but I think they're obviously very shocked that the fifth leading scorer in the history of the NBA walks in and going to get inducted into the Hall of Fame in August. And he comes into our little gym, in our little town, in our little state to share some moments with our guys. Just really a special moment for all of us and for myself.
You touched on it a bit before. Tell us about when you first met Dirk and how your relationship was.
Yeah, I mean, he came in from Germany actually to play at the Final Four as a select team from Germany, and they were working out in Dallas before we drafted him about 3 months before that, and got him at the airport and brought him back down into Dallas to the practice facility, and then 3 months later we drafted him, and the story's been written by him of who he is and what he's been doing, and I've got lucky enough to coach him for about 3 years and continue to stay in contact with him all the time, and he's great with my wife and my daughter, and just a humble guy that's always available. And I hate to bother him, but when I found out that he had got down here and he texted me at the Hobart Airport, I almost fell out of my chair.
Have you got an extra roster spot for him?
I'd love to try to create one, but the game's passed him by now. He's got some serious ankle issues, and he's definitely retired from playing. But for one play and one shot, I'd put him in.
Did you have any pieces of wisdom that he passed on to the playing group?
Well, I think it's you can ask those guys again, but I think it's just the fact that he's in here in market and having a chance to just embrace some of the conversations individually with these guys, which I didn't hear, and just be able to share some wisdom and knowledge and some banter with them. So it was just good.
You're coming off the team's best performance. Did you have a few days off? Or the team feeling refreshed and sort of?
Yeah, I hope so. It's probably our last true break before this wraps up this season. So we've given them 2 days off. A few guys got some little extra work here and there that had to, but we've gone at it pretty hard yesterday and today, and then we'll obviously drive up to Launceston, which we're very, very excited to be back up in that market to try to represent the state and defend the island.
Obviously, a few big wins over the last few weeks. Does it feel like the momentum's sort of building at the right time for you?
Well, there's momentum, and there's a lot of teams that have it, and we hope that we continue to have some. But every game is monumental in some fashion or form, whether you're winning or losing, and it's an exciting time of the year, and we're just thankful to be actually playing in this kind of environment in such an early stage of this franchise. So we have a great opportunity up there on Wednesday, and Southeast is thinking the exact same thing, and it'll be a battle.
You've got a lot of blokes to choose from in your squad and have to rest blokes. Do you view that as a positive, that you can keep guys fresh with how many available bodies you've got?
Well, yeah, it's like I've told them multiple times during the last 2 or 3 weeks, once Kenny and Sam came back, that it's going to be difficult to play everyone, and they understand that, and they're complete professionals about their jobs, and we'll try to use them how we can use them, and it's nice that we have a full squad. Some teams are dealing with the opposite side of it, so it's for me to navigate and try to do the best we can with it.
You speak about the culture of blokes not complaining when they're not winning. I guess with against Southeast Melbourne, is it based on matchups or form, or how do you sort of select the squad?
I think some of it's just gut feel, and some of it will be, I think most of it will just end up being gut feel, but we'll have some matchups that we'll look at, and some people that we'll try to focus on. For example, against Adelaide, Sam McDaniels and Matt Kenyon were really tasked with trying to keep Cleveland at bay at some level. He's given us problems multiple times. And so we'll have some tasks for some certain guys to come in that if they're only playing 5, 6, 7 minutes, this is your job to do in these 5 or 6 minutes. And hopefully the wear down factor and throwing some lively bodies that people will wear them down, and we'll give some of these guys some particular jobs to do.
With
Second, that Phoenix have got a few blokes returning from injury tonight. I guess what do you make of them as a group, and obviously Mitch Creek sort of the head of the snake?
Yeah, I mean, if they're back tonight, which we're hearing they are, to me they're in the top 2 talented teams in all of the league, in my opinion, from top to bottom with just the talent they have over there. So we'll again have our hands full. I mean, there's just no easy games, and there's just one after another, and we'll have to fight and scrap and do what we can to win in Launceston.
What's been the feedback on the Tassie Devils jumper and how you guys handled that whole night?
Yeah, I mean, I think the feedback's been tremendous. I don't think they can make enough of those jerseys, to be very honest with you. They'll sell. They look great. The whole evening was incredible, just with the Bloodlines group being there and getting again to try to do that up Wednesday in Launceston. And the uniforms are just remarkable. And I think it's just something that's really hit home with a lot of people that were at that game or watched it and brought back great memories. And that was what the intent of putting this team in market is to drive basketball again and have that passion to rally around one team. And I thought our front office and everyone just nailed it.
It's such a sort of tight ladder. Every game's almost like a final. Is that mentally draining on the group?
I don't think so. I think it's more exciting for these guys to have obviously things to play for. There's some teams that aren't playing for anything, and again, to be in this position in this short amount of time in our franchise's history is a great credit to them that we're playing for games that are meaningful, and that we're right in the thick of things when we got counted out of not being good enough to be in the position we're in currently. So these next 5 games are going to be a battle, all of them in some fashion or form, and hopefully we can be on point.
Have there been any focuses today or yesterday at training that you're trying to reinforce that you're doing well or not so well at the moment?
Just consistency that we continue to preach of just not having some lulls that we've had or some really bad quarters. Our foul discipline has been something that we continue to talk about, and just trying to get some kind of level, even playing time that we're just on the same page for the whole 40 minutes and not having a lot of ups and downs, and that continues to be our main focus.
How important is it being back up in the north of the state? It's a short trip given the schedule, but it's important to
Yeah, I mean, it's hugely important for us to be up in Launceston. You know, it's a part of defending the island and representing the whole state and being up there. And the fans have been fantastic every time we've been up there. They've sold out, and the jerseys and the gear and everything that we see there, and just walking around town and up and being in the north is hugely important for me, just personally, to make sure the state is being connected and our players understand the importance of that game.
particularly fitting given its retro round and the rich history up in that part of the
Yeah, it's
state.
going to be a great chance for our Bloodlines who didn't get down from up there to be a part of that group that's up there. And again, to see those jerseys again will bring back great memories for people in the north and the northwest, and it should be a fantastic event.
Thanks, Scott.
Yep.
Sorry
There you
about
go.
that. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.